Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I will be taking a look at 3 of the goofiest vehicles I have ever seen entering World of Tanks Blitz. We're going to start off with the Morbid, we'll move over to the Lee 1 Defender, and finish off with the KV4 KTTS. The Morbid is kind of average looking for a Halloween vehicle. I'm very confident that this will be the Tier 7 tank for this upcoming Halloween. Last year we had the Lightbringer, and I don't know what to say about the Lightbringer. It's pretty bad, to be honest. Like, its average damage is only 270. It's incredibly slow, and its armor isn't really that good. So hopefully the Morbid will be better than that. But yeah, I'm assuming that this will be the Halloween tank, especially because it is a Tier 7 medium. In terms of a medium, it does look to have pretty good armor. We can see that it's got a lot of angles on the turret and upper plate, especially if this thing has decent gun depression. It might be pretty good in that regard. We can see another angle here of the vehicle. We got some glowing vents on the back. We've got some like claws coming out on the front and the back as well. I think it actually looks pretty nice, which is rare. Wargaming sometimes does a really bad job on designing the Halloween vehicles, but this one in particular I actually think looks pretty good, so I'm not going to complain. I am excited for this. But the more interesting vehicle out of the 3 is the Lee 1 Defender. This vehicle is the goofiest thing I've ever seen, and it's right here. Now, what's interesting is this is a light tank. According to Wargaming, it's a Tier 8 light. And the reason it's so weird to me is because it incorporates 2 different heavies into one design. We can see here the turret. This is very clearly an M5Yo turret. We can look at the turret here. We can pull up Blitz Kit, and I mean, look at the turrets. They're clearly the same thing. It's an M5Yo turret that Wargaming has repurposed into whatever this amalgamation is. But not only does it feature the turret of an M5Yo, but it features the hull of a convoyer. We can see here the front of the convoyer. It literally is the exact same design. It has this little plate thing in the front, which we can see here. It even has the exact same track design, right? If we zoom out a bit, we can see the tracks here. And if we pull up Blitzkit again, we can see the tracks here. It is literally a complete ripoff of the convoyer on the hull, and then the turret is an M5Yo. Such a weird combination of capabilities, and it's even weirder when you remember it's a light tank. This is not a heavy tank, so it's so weird. We have a light tank that's based off of 2 heavies. I have no clue what the gun is going to be. My assumption is that it's going to feature some sort of autocannon style gun, and I honestly hope it does. Right now, we only have the FE Defender with an autocannon style gun, so it'd be very cool if Wargaming works on incorporating some sort of, burst gun that you just fire and it automatically shoots. So, yeah, interesting vehicle so far. It's possible that this could be the Tier 8 reward in the Halloween event. Last year we had 2 tanks, the Soul Eater, and we had the Lightbringer, so it's possible this could be the Tier 8 released alongside, but it doesn't really give me Halloween vibes, so I guess we'll see. Finally, we have this, the KV4 KTTS. This vehicle is another really goofy one, and this is actually a tank that I've wanted to enter Blitz for a long time. It's a vehicle that I've known about on World of Tanks PC for literally 7-8 years. It's a tank that I've always thought was very cool, and I actually have it on World of Tanks PC. But in Blitz, it has not been released since. So what about this vehicle is special? Well, we can clearly see that it is a super heavily armored tank destroyer, just from the design, and it obviously features KV4 style attributes, just from the somewhat turret hull thing alone. We can actually take a better look of this vehicle right here, as this is the World of Tanks PC stats. First of all, it's just such a weird looking tank, isn't it? The back of it's even weirder than the rest. Like, it's just such a weird tank. Look at the back of it, bruh. That's just so weird. It's got a massive hatch on the roof, but let's take a look at the actual armor. This is what we're looking at. That hatch, at least on PC, is very strong, about 280 to 240, so even though that hatch may look like a weak point, it's definitely not. And if you're angling, because of the way the hatch is designed, it actually becomes stronger. So angled, you're going to need at minimum like 250 mils of pen to reliably cut through. The turret, as we can see, at weakest is about 230 to 240, 250, so it's got decent armor, but it genuinely doesn't have anything, like, insane. The upper, or, like, mid plate is 210, lower half is 270, and the mid plate here as well is about 265. So, the armor, it's actually not as good as you'd think. Like, That's only about 175. You'd have to angle this thing really sharp to actually get out proper, bounces on the upper plate, but then your side armor becomes pretty weak. So you'd have to angle it at like this to get your best armor, about 240 and 210. But here's the interesting part about the tank. You'll notice that you can actually angle the traversing, whatever you want to call it. It is kind of a turret, isn't it? It's a turret that's mounted on it, but like you can angle the turret far enough over to the side that you can actually hide the entire front plate. If we pull out the calculator here, if we do this, you can do that in the tank. And now it's not possible to shoot the front. You can only see the side of the vehicle, and that's where this tank is genuinely going to be strong. You can put it in an angle like that. Like, how do you counter that, bruh? The entire side is upwards of 250 to like 280, and that's not even the sharpest angle. It's really interesting in that way, and I'm actually really intrigued to see how well this thing is going to play in Blitz, but honestly, the armor could be really good if played properly. In terms of the gun, it's kind of funny. It features a KV-4 gun. It has the same damage per shot as the KV-4 on World of Tanks PC, but it has much better DPM and overall penetration, 227 on the standard and 289 on the premium. So my assumption is that we're going to be seeing the same thing in Blitz. It already very clearly has the same gun as the KV-4 in Blitz, right? We can see that here. It looks like the same gun. So most likely it's going to deal 310 to 350 damage per shot. It'll have pretty decent DPM, and it'll most likely play like a T28 HTC. I'm actually really excited for this thing, and I'll obviously keep you guys up to date on what exactly is going on with this vehicle as we get more information. Let me know which of these vehicles you are most excited for. Honestly, all of them are pretty interesting. I think the Yo is definitely the weirdest one of the bunch. I don't know. I seriously don't know what the heck I'm looking at here. The weirdest part to me is that it's a light tank. That is by far the weirdest part. You would have assumed that this is a heavy, but it's not. Unless Wargaming made a mistype, but I highly doubt they did, judging that they are a multi-billion-dollar company. I'd hope they know what they're doing correct, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about these vehicles coming into the game. There's a lot of tanks that are going to be entering Blitz pretty soon here. I mean, there's at least 10 to 15 vehicles that are currently in testing. We have a couple tier 10s. We have like 4 tier 9s, a bunch of tier 8s and tier 7s. So I am interested to see when we're going to start, getting access to these vehicles, when they're going to be releasing. Because I'm excited, but at the same time, my bank account is not. Just remember, these are all going to probably cost money and most likely be put behind a paywall that is very expensive. So that is the big downside. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more content like this, you'll only see it here, so make sure to smash that subscribe button down below. And apart from that, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.